Hello everyone, it's Zion here, and let's talk about casual sex or polyamory and womb energetics. Okay, today's conversation is gonna be controversial. I'm gonna share my personal opinion on this topic, and I'm also gonna share some things that I've observed, that I've learned about womb energetics that are not necessarily even about my personal opinion. So, wow, okay, this is a whole topic, okay? And I want to start off by saying that this conversation has nothing to do with moral rightness. It has nothing to do with putting shame on sex, because it is the source of creation. It is where all of us begin, okay? So it's a beautiful, powerful thing. And I feel that the essence of sex and physical intimacy has been lost in our current generation, in the Western world, most places, most societies, especially people my age, 20s, 30s. It's like there's this normalization of engaging on a sexual way in a very disconnected way. And again, this is going to be controversial. It's going to bring up a lot of things. Maybe it's going to trigger people. That's fine, as long as there's emotional responsibility over here, because we're not going to tolerate otherwise. But there's nothing wrong with having casual sex if everyone involved is totally in consent of that. We're all free adults, we're all mature, we all make our own decisions. This is about actually taking a deeper look at why we're doing things that we're doing, how we are relating to ourselves and other people on a sexual level, and how this may potentially affect our womb health, okay, and our womb energetics as women. And so we need to start off with understanding that the womb is a space that holds energy. The womb is full of memory. You can tap into ancient wisdom, memory, information, and it's literally like this universe inside of you where you can go into micro and macro information. You can go very deep into one thing, and you can look at things from a very deep, wide perspective, even from the perspective of source consciousness. Like, you can really zoom out, tap into past lives, tap into all of your experiences, tap into your lineage. Like, the womb is a place that holds memory and it holds energy. And when you are sexually intimate with someone, your womb can feel it, and your womb picks up on their energy, and your body picks up on their energy. And that affects us either positively or negatively. If that person takes good care of themselves, they are healthy physically, emotionally, energetically, if they love you, if they touch you with awareness, with love, with respect, with honor, all of that can be a healing, beautiful experience, and that can nourish the energy of your body and your womb. If that relationship is not secure, you don't know that person very much, if they don't take good care of themselves, they don't have good habits, they carry a ton of trauma and a ton of heavy energy, guess what? That's also going into your body and into your womb. Again, this is not about moral rightness. You're free to do whatever you want. This is a shame-free zone, okay? Let's start with that. This is about information and reevaluation. I don't know about you, but if you're here, you're probably someone who deeply values self-awareness, right? And you're someone who's on a path of honoring yourself and loving yourself. And if that means being polyamorous, having casual sex, having multiple sexual partners, you do you. I am not going to comment on your lifestyle. If you feel that there's something heavy in your womb, that there's something off about the way you've been relating sexually in the past, or the way you are relating to yourself or to other people, then this is your conversation, okay? you don't have any problem. If you feel that there's something heavy, that is valid. That's probably something that you've accumulated. Maybe you don't have full conscious awareness of what that is. That's fine. And if you are feeling that, drop cleanse in the comments so I can send you a link to my womb cleanse ceremony. It's very powerful and it can help you shift a lot of these things and have like an energetic reset in your womb. Very, very powerful. The womb is a place that is sacred. Okay, the womb is not a place of suffering. The womb is not here to hold on to all of this sticky, heavy energy that other people have dumped on us. Because as women, we've been used in so many ways, and sexuality is one of those ways. A lot of times people have sex to get rid of their anxiety, to cope with different emotions, to get something. Okay, so we need to be really, really mindful of the reasons and why we are relating sexually to other people and why they may be sexually relating to us. Okay, the womb knows a lot of things that we don't even know on a rational level. And it's interesting because actually I have the book right here. A couple of days ago I was reading through one of my favorite books. It's called Womb Awakening, and I just randomly flipped through this page and it landed on exactly this topic, and it was talking about how the womb recognizes an unknown man before he enters her. Okay, when you sexually connect with someone, it doesn't matter if there is penetration or not. Okay, your womb is gonna feel them energetically. And actually your immune system rejects a man that is not known to your system. The womb opens in love. And when we talk about the womb, I'm not just talking about the physical organ. There is an energetic womb space in all women, okay? It doesn't matter if you have menopause, if you had a hysterectomy and you don't no longer have a physical womb. It doesn't matter if you're a child. It doesn't matter. If you're a female and you have had a womb or have a womb, you have an energetic womb space. And she relates to everything inside and outside of you on an energetic level. And so the womb is not something that opens just on a superficial level through physical stimulation. She opens through love. She is in direct connection with the heart. And so the reason why I personally am not a fan at all of polyamory or casual sex, I mean, there's a longest list. The first one is the lack of emotional responsibility that I often see in these ways of relating. What I was going to say about this is that there's not enough depth, there's not enough security, there's not a secure attachment that has been built for the womb to open truly in love. And so what happens is that a lot of times we are disconnecting. We're disconnecting from parts of ourselves that don't want that are not ready for that are not giving a full yes, but we are still engaging in these ways of relating to other people on an intimate physical level. But this to me is incredibly disconnected, and like honestly it disturbs me, and I have a lot of resistance to it also because I have done it in the past, and I've gone through a lot of things in the past. I've gone through sexual assault, I've had casual sex in the past, not much because I've never been a fan of it, but I've experienced it. Okay, I've been with people who were abusive in abusive relationships and still engaged sexually with them, and I've seen what happened to my womb. I developed issues in my womb. I developed candida overgrowth. I had this issue for over a year after my first abusive relationship, and that is not a coincidence. Okay, that's the body shutting down and saying, I don't want anything to enter me. And I've also seen other women, tantric women and women who are connected to their wombs, who are also very open-minded, that have noticed how being polyamorous, having multiple sexual partners, didn't work for them, even though they tried. I've had lots of conversations with people who are very self-aware, who realize that the reason why they were engaging with multiple people was because they were avoiding vulnerability. Is that why everyone who's into casual sex, multiple partners do it? Probably not. But a big majority of it, I see a lot of shadows in it. And so if there's something that's really important for me, is integrity. It's honesty, okay, and it's transparency. And I feel like one of the most frustrating things for me about this whole topic is how there's even been like a moral superiority placed on polyamory, actually. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I've had conversations with many people who are polyamorous who've acted like that's the most evolved way of being, like that's the only natural way a human being could relate. There's a lot of ways to relate, okay? And if there's one thing that for me is clearer than anything, is what my body says, is what my womb says. And my womb says, hell no. Hell no to relating to multiple people. It doesn't feel clean energetically. It's messy emotionally. It doesn't go at all with my values. And that is not something that just comes from my rational mind. It's something that's deeply embodied, okay? And another thing that was mentioned in this book, actually in Womb Awakening, that I thought was really interesting is that the people who were on the path of the Grail, who were on the path of Womb Awakening, of reestablishing the understanding of how sacred womb energy is, not just as a womb in a woman, but as womb consciousness, as a collective cosmic womb, okay, source, walking the feminine path. They united in monogamy, in sacred monogamy, because they understood that the womb opens in love and the womb opens in a safe space. So this fast-paced culture that is so incredibly superficial, that lacks so much care, for me is very, very, very disturbing. And I've even developed such an energetic sensitivity that I can feel other people's sexual energy, even when we are not connecting in a sexual way at all. Like, I can feel my girlfriend's energies, okay? Like, I can absolutely feel it if I'm sitting next to someone and their sexual energy, what they're holding in their womb, is messy. And maybe not just because of them, but maybe because they've been sexually connected to someone who's been with lots of people, or, you know, because of their sexual past is not being cleared. Like, all of that is heavy on your body. And that can cause you to have a lot of confusing thoughts. It can block your mental clarity. It can make you obsess over certain people and certain things. It can create insecurity. There's literally unhealthy energy links between us and sexual partners, past sexual partners and romantic partners, if we don't clear them out. Like, as I said, the womb is like a cauldron. It keeps energy, it stores energy, it like keeps all this memory. And that's very powerful. Okay, that's very powerful. But when it's not working in your favor, when it's not serving you, then it can actually hinder you more, and it can make you feel heavy. And this can block your manifestations. It can make you feel insecure. Like, you know, it can cause so many things. Like, honestly, the list is long. And like, not only that, but like, did you know that when you're sexually intimate with a man for a prolonged amount of time, your body actually starts to pick up their DNA through their sperm? Yes, like, it's literally wild. Like, your body, your tissues are literally soaking up their DNA information. Okay, and that is a lot of information. You are literally becoming your man, or the person you're sexually connected to. If you don't know this person, if this person doesn't have values that you want in yourself, if this person is carrying energies that you don't really fully are like agreeing to become, then is that serving you? Again, we're all free to do whatever we want, right? Me personally, I'm not interested in that at all. And this is not about restriction, this is not about shame, this is not about, you know, even religious ideologies, like none of that. This is about listening, this is about respect, this is about honoring yourself, right? And like, just because other people have these ideas and these expectations, and it's been so normalized to be sexually casual with people, even if there's no commitment, no care, no emotional connection, or, you know, you're in a situationship and you don't even know if that person's gonna be there tomorrow or if they're gonna call you, you know, like, just because that's been normalized, it doesn't mean it's normal. Okay, so for me here in this conversation, there are two parts. I mean, there are multiple parts, but I'm going to try not to make this very long. One is the energetic aspect that we've talked about. It's very messy. It doesn't honor you, it doesn't honor your womb, and it doesn't honor the frequency that you're really here meant to carry, because there's a lot that you can actually do with your womb and with your body and your energy when it's clear, when it's pristine, and when it's actually embodied in you. Like when you get to inhabit your womb energy and you feel your energy in your womb first, and then you choose what you fill your womb with, that's very powerful. And that doesn't just mean a romantic partner, by the way. That means what frequencies you want to embody in your womb, in your body, and in your life. That means what kind of creations you want. That means what kind of manifestations you want to bring, right? You're a creatrix. Like, your womb is so powerful. And so much energy is actually being wasted by holding space for things that don't belong to you. So that's also why it's so important to do these clearing rituals, as I said. And okay, the energetic part is on one side, then the emotional aspect is there. Okay, and it's deeply connected to the womb. Like, the womb is so responsive to our emotional state and our relationships. Like, wow, that's another video. But like, the womb knows when things are off with your partner. The womb knows when someone's being intimate with you physically and they don't respect you, even if you don't know it. Okay, the womb knows so much, and it's so important that we listen to her, that we respect her true yes, her no, her true timing, even when we don't understand it, that we listen. Okay, and it's so important to create emotional coherence with the people that are in our lives, and especially the people that we're the most intimate with, that we're sexually intimate with, because only then the womb truly opens energetically and welcomes this frequency. Why do you think there's so many women who have cancer in their cervix? The cervix is the gateway. She's all about boundaries. She's very connected to the enchantress archetype. And she's the one who's filtering through. It's like this sacred gateway, right? Between life and death and creation. It's this space between the womb and the vaginal canal that we go through when we are born. And energetically, it's a very powerful place, okay? We disrespect our own boundaries so much, and that's why it affects our cervix. And the womb is also deeply connected to boundaries. So it's so important to listen to ourselves. You don't have to go at anyone's pace. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You don't have to be sexually intimate with anyone just to get their love or security. Like, if someone loves you, they're gonna respect your timing, they're gonna respect your yes, and they're gonna respect your no, and they're gonna touch you with true love and bring you the best and treat you in the best way. And your body is gonna feel it. Your body feels it, your body opens to it, your body softens into it and receives it. If you have any kind of issues with receiving, with softening, with opening, instead of telling yourself you have a problem, maybe look at the situation deeper. Maybe there's an issue with the situation. Okay? Yes, I'm feeling all the sass. Like, don't even get me started on you know, like how messy it is when there's all of this energy going back and forth with like different people. You have no control with the kind of energy that's coming into your body and into your womb, into your sacred space. Like your womb is informing your whole body about who you are, about your life, about what to expect from your relationships. If you are being sexually intimate with someone who's sexually intimate with lots of other people or whatever, or you're with many people, like there's a lot of people's energies in your womb that you don't even know about, that you didn't even consciously, intentionally chose to receive in your womb, okay? So the womb is so wise, your body is so wise, you can trust her, you can listen to her. And I also want to make this video because I am sick of how normalized and even how like stuffed onto us, like how pushed onto us it has been, like this like idea that we should be more casual, that we should, you know, like make sexuality something much more light and something like, no, like in my opinion, we should be taking it a lot more seriously. And that doesn't mean getting serious about it. It means treating it as the sacred thing that it is. Understanding the true effect that it has on us, both in a positive or a negative way. We all have responsibility over how it affects us and how it affects other people, right? And how does polyamory or casual sex affect the womb? Very negatively. I have not once met a woman who is engaging with multiple people on an intimate level who is truly, truly connected with her womb and who's healthy with her menstrual cycle or her womb health. And maybe there are some out there. Cool. Again, this is not about moral superiority or rightness, but I've never seen it happen. And more than seeing it or understanding it, it has never felt right in my body at all. And that's that for a reason, right? And personally, like, I feel like it's so important to question all these things, right? Like how people choose to relate nowadays and how we're expected to think and look at things or whatever. Like, you get to live the way that is true for you. You get to define what makes you feel honored, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel respected. And that is totally valid. And again, like, there's a lot of women that have felt such powerful clearings when they stop doing this, or when they just take some time to not be sexually intimate with anyone. But that's not because being sexually intimate with other people is bad. It's because they were probably doing it in a way that was not aligned for them. Or the people that they were sexually intimate with, they were carrying heavy things and they were picking up on it in their bodies, in their wombs. And the womb takes quite a while to clear those things naturally, by the way. Men's system is different. It clears out much faster. And so that's also why doing clearing rituals is really important. It's not like you have to do them all the time. And it's not like you're dirty, and it's not like you're shameful. It's none of that. None of that. But honestly, I can't tell you how powerful it is and how powerful it's been for me, for clients, for friends, to do womb clearing rituals from your sexual past or from anything that's heavy in your womb. And again, if this is something that you feel that you need, comment cleanse, and I'll send you a link to my ritual, because it's kind of like doing this energetic reset so that you can really feel yourself and anchor yourself in your womb. And it's literally before and after. And the quality of people, the quality of men that you will attract, the quality of experiences you will attract, the kind of thoughts you will have, the way that you will feel emotionally, how much lighter you can feel in your body is literally mind-blowing. And also, like, this conversation is not about restraint. This conversation is not about restriction or repression, you know, because like I'm totally against that. But there's so many ways to express your sexual energy. There's so many ways to express your feelings, your passion. There's so many ways to connect with other people. There's so many ways to feel safe in a relationship. There's so many ways that can actually be truly aligned for you, where you don't have to compromise any part of you, where you don't have to compromise your womb energy, and where you don't have to cut out parts of you that are saying no. You don't need to do that. And I would honestly just love it if this whole like hookup culture could be done and you know, over with, because it hurts my soul. To me, like, I don't even have sex. I make love when I am in love and in a secure, committed relationship. That's how I choose to do things. That's how it feels right for me. And that's what makes me feel honored. And that's how I feel like I'm honoring the person that I'm with. That's what feels right and clear energetically. And I don't feel restricted in any way. Like, sensual pleasure is alive in my life in so many beautiful ways, and it doesn't even have to be sexual. But you can be like even more connected to your sexual pleasure when you are actually intentional about the way that you are relating to yourself and other people. And your womb will thank you for it. So that's all I want to share for now. This is a very, very, very deep conversation. So many layers, so many different thoughts, feelings, you know, ways of doing things. Really, really like sparks my passion, as you can see, like, because honestly, it's really frustrating for me, like how disconnected most people have become when it comes to intimacy. You know, when you break down the word intimacy, is into me see. It's about seeing, feeling, and understanding each other deeply. It's not about surface, you know, quick pleasure rubbing each other's bodies to get a quick release. That's not intimacy. That's not love, and that's not respect. So I don't respect it. I accept it. It's part of our culture. It's part of my generation, but I've never felt identified with that. And my womb has been a really powerful initiator to show me how I can respect myself more deeply and how I can honor myself more deeply, not just sexually, but literally in every area of my life. So now for me, the yes is very clear. The no is very clear. And every tiny little thing, I feel it on such a deep level. Because there's been so much numbness, so much disconnection that I let go. There's been so many layers of disconnection and trauma and pain and that are out of my system, that everything is so deep and so powerful in my body right now. And that also makes it all that more special. Which, in my opinion, that's how it was meant to be from the beginning. So, yes. I would love to hear your thoughts, your feelings on this conversation. Let me know in the comments, send me a DM. Let's talk about it. Do you also feel like you are more of like an old school lover? Like, how do you look at this topic? Like, let's connect. And thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm wishing you a magical, blessed solstice. It's summer in the northern hemisphere. Yay! And just sending you so much love. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.